Yo, today will be a quick video straight to the point on how to deal with Janemba's A Assist. It's quickly gotten popular for being annoying. Before, you were able to jump and avoid this tracking assist on reaction, which made it more fair, and dare I say too weak, since it is a key blast assist. But now that same muscle memory will lead to you getting hit. Although sometimes as I call it, while you carry a lot of momentum, you still avoid it, especially with like GT Goku with those small characters. This assist is also why other characters seem more popular now, but we'll talk about that later. Let's start off simple and universal. If you boot up and see Janemba A on their team, actually think and adjust your playstyle. You cannot be so aggressive and always moving forward against a defensive assist. So play more safe. This means less air dashes, back dashes, just less whiffing things, especially committal things like beams and key blasts. First of all, against the assist, you can just block. Like, it's okay to block and be defensive and then hold your ground. But let's talk about ways to not always lose our turn. It's a key blast assist with the same weaknesses that key blasts have. You're able to super dash through it at various timings. This is really good because it limits them from jumping up and forces them to stay grounded so they can end here with a down heavy or something on reaction to the super dash. A good tip here is to vary timings from doing early super dashes to super late ones, when their mindset switches from anti-airing to, okay, let me try to hit them and start pressure now, then boom. Or if you block it on the ground, you can delay super dash on a reaction to them trying to like IAD you or grab you or something. Just be aware these are risky, as anti-airs, jabs, and other normals can cook your super dash, especially grounded. I just want to emphasize on varying your timings up to the point where you don't even super dash and just block it out. A lot of people just always anti-air and focus on that, but that means they need to go into a special after the anti-air into another assist on block. From there, it depends how good their pressure is. A lot of people like to do cross-ups or grab after the second assist, but either way, there's no more 50-50s to look out for, and congrats, you made them use 2 assists, which can be great if your defense is solid, because when you do escape it, they will be hella down in resources. At least that's the ideal answer, huh? But being grounded as the Janemba A user is obviously hella advantageous because of your anti-airs. So this is what makes our second strategy much stronger: trading assists. You can call your own assist on reaction to when their Janemba assist icon pops up on the screen, whether you're super jumping back, dash blocking in. As long as you're safe and holding back, you can just tap your assist. Jumping up works for more assist types, so that way the Janemba A assist doesn't also skim them, so that way they spawn away from the hitbox of the assist. And since your opponents now stay grounded, most of the assists will work to make contact, forcing them to block, kind of like a stalemate. And depending on how good your assist is, it can be a defensive in nature to counter hit them, or to pin them long enough for you to get your turn going, so that way they can't continue, and then you're both being down in assist and continue neutral from there. This can be great to counter some really strong round start pairings, where some assists can outright win and whiff punish them. But what's good is that they'll want to jump upwards now. If you see them jumping up, you don't even need to trade your assist. Super dashes are stronger when you're close by, or just wait till the block stun runs out, because it's harder to anti-air in the air. Funny enough, only Janemba has a J2 as an anti-air. Or you just wait till the block stun runs out if they're too far to take advantage of the Janemba A assist. But some of your assists when you're trading assists can actually hit this upward angle too, where you can use super dash to combo on hit. Think of like GTA, DBFZ B, sure, but also think more creatively like Kefla A, because you're able to hold up back as you block and then call the assist to angle it up, especially like Super Saiyan Goku to keep you fully safe from zone 2. Super big active hitbox too. And also trading Janemba A for Janemba A, I suppose whoever's not blocking gets hit. Now these concepts work in the air or grounded, but when you're grounded you get extra options. Reflect. Either you block the first hit of Janemba A and then you reflect afterwards, or 2 reflects on the startup and the follow-up hit of that assist. Especially round start, it's safer to super jump back to avoid other tools, but even dash blocking lets you stay grounded safely for those reflects. Back dashing is riskier against strong quick round start options plus Janemba A, as it can hit your back dash, but it looks like you can backdash the assist if you're frame perfect. So after blocking it, you can reflect the assist then just block, which is safest, especially if they're really close by. Sure, you can reflect multiple times to get them off you, and from there you can vary in and reflect into super dashes or tags or stuff like that, which blows up people who love to grab right after Janemba A, or if they try to cross you and stuff like that. But these are riskier options. Be careful, because better players can also sometimes choose to wait and react to excessive reflect whiffs, or punish a super dash or tag and things like that. But either way, opponents always have to monitor you. Don't think that opponents, just because they're like a tournament player, can deal with everything all at once. Switch up your timings and stuff, but be safe. What makes Reflect really cool though is that once it's active, you can string into another option mid-assist. Even after reflecting the first part, being able to phase through the second follow-up of that Janemba A. Frame 1 reversal is sure to keep you involved to their jabs. It's very committal but can be nice for callouts as it can also hit Janemba himself. So depending on the super or situation, it can be worth it, I guess. But more importantly, you can string into another frame 1 anti-Ki blast move as well. And this is where the character specifics come in, even other frame 4 Invul attacks. This includes Reflect into Kefla's Lariats or 214S to avoid any pokes in that Reflect. Being able to 214S halfway through the Janemba A assist and then continuing from there because you can cancel after her command dash. Or EX Orbs that also goes through beam, so absorbing everything together. You can reflect into Daima's flips to safely retreat or poke or mix from that. Bardock's is kind of meh since he carries a hurt box around with him while he does his spin so he can hit him out of it. So it depends what they do, but EX Lariat can be nice to out prioritize things, especially if their timings aren't tight. Bluku's shoulder tackle is really good, being able to side swap. There's many moves out there and that catches them being grounded, which in turn relates back to earlier where opponents will now want to jump away if they see you reflecting, and then you don't have to do anything because they create distance, which keeps you safe. Anti-Ki blast moves tend to be more forgiving because frame 1 or frame 4 options can be harder to input, but as you can see, even Yamcha's 5M or 5H can work even here. Just be careful of like lows for that 5M. Some of these moves are just hard to punish because even if they can super dash Kefla's reflect into EX Orbs really early, she still has 214S. Or double reflect into 2H on reaction that super dash to punish. These are strategies where you have a lot of distance and time between you and their points, so being like full screen away. Up close, it can kind of hit you tightly before your input comes out, so be careful of spacings, especially during pressure. You can't disrespect it as much. It just turns into like a regular assist in pressure, but you still have super dash and reflects. You can alternate that reflect into anti-Ki blast special strategy with reflect into nothing as well. But some characters don't even need to reflect, like Master Roshi, who can masterfully leap in any direction after blocking normally, and that can string into his reverse comment as a beam or as like a super dash where he flies into you, or a hit that can do his counter in the air so he doesn't have to be grounded and thus less predictable. Now these tips were mostly centered around round starts or when you know it's coming on reaction to the pop-up of the Janemba A Assist icon. But say you're playing neutral later on in a round, always be aware when their assist is available or not. If it's blackened out, that's when you can be more aggressive and should be. But when it's available, try to make notes on your opponent's tendencies and be safer. A lot of people have a certain rhythm to their neutral, a certain beat that habits stick to. It can be hard to tell, but a lot of players tend to be very rhythmic in their patterns and habits. So that can help you tell when they're about to call the assist even before it comes out. And then you can do your specials or attacks right before, like Daima's flips preemptively. You guys probably do recognize it subconsciously though during your regular gameplay, and then you call it out as reads when it's mostly picking up on their timings. A common one I see a lot is when opponents are jumping away, then they call Janemba A around halfway before they land. That way they can be grounded ASAP with enough time to dash in while monitoring super dashes to be able to pressure and convert combos. That's a really common passive Janemba A call timing in neutral. Or other people's like to pair grounded tools into Janemba A so that you jump up. So if you notice these timings, especially in longer sets, or if you have a really good battle sense, calling it out early right before the assist gets active with a bunch of things like specials or super dashes can be good. On the flip side, better players who have Janemba A available might purposely whiff actions, put themselves in zone 1 in a dangerous open manner, just to have you whiff punish where Janemba A can shine as a defensive assist. So don't bite into the first opening you see if that assist is ready to be called, and play around it. Or whiff punish with an anti-Ki blast move that also deals with both at the same time. Those last few character specific examples are also why those characters are more popular now and rated higher tier, because they can manage annoying zoning tools in general. But yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of different things you can do against this assist, and try to figure out even more counterplay strategies on your own, and comment down if you have any other good tips. I'd love to hear more. Just because something is seen as easy, annoying, and autopiloted doesn't mean it's actually broken, and then you should just get angry at the game. Adjust the way you play, think, slow yourself down physically and mentally, and lab things out in training mode to challenge your own thinking. And that goes for everything in the FGC. Hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see y'all next time, man. Peace.